Hey, Vikings Nation. SKOL. It's your fellow Vikings fan here, buzzing with excitement as we dive into the latest Minnesota Vikings news for the 2025 season. Last year, we were the feel-good story of the NFL, but now the spotlight's on our new QB, J.J. McCarthy. Can he fill Sam Darnold's massive shoes and lead us back to the playoffs? Or are we in for a rough ride? Let's unpack the drama, the predictions, and the passion for our purple and gold. Picture this. A 14-3 season in 2024, Sam Darnold throwing bombs, and Aaron Jones tearing up the turf. But a crushing playoff loss to the Rams left us hungry for more. Now, with McCarthy stepping up as QB1, some analysts are throwing shade, saying we might crash to last in the NFC North. What? Are they sleeping on our Vikings? Stick with me as we break down 10 key moments to see if JJ can prove the doubters wrong. So, grab your horns, crank up that SKOL chant, and let's dive into the biggest Vikings news of 2025. Will McCarthy be our hero, or are we headed for a rebuild? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's get this conversation roaring. What a wild ride 2024 was for our Minnesota Vikings. Sam Darnold, the guy we all counted out, turned into a Pro Bowl beast, slinging 4,319 yards, 35 touchdowns, and a 102.5 passer rating. Fifth in the league. Aaron Jones bounced back from injury to rush for 1,100 yards, proving he's still got that fire. We finished 14-3, second in the NFC North, and had the whole league buzzing about our squad. But then, the playoffs hit us like a freight train. A 27-9 blowout loss to the Los Angeles Rams in the wild card round left a sour taste. Despite that heartbreak, the vibes were high. Most fans and analysts believed our Vikings were built for another deep run in 2025. The roster, the coaching, the energy, it all screamed contender, until one analyst threw a curveball. Bleacher Report's Mo Moton dropped a bombshell, predicting our Vikings will plummet to last place in the NFC North. Last place. After 14 wins? What's got Moton so skeptical, and is he onto something? Let's dig into the biggest question mark of 2025. J.J. McCarthy. Enter J.J. McCarthy, the number 10 overall pick from the 2024 NFL Draft, fresh off a national championship with Michigan. This kid's got a sparkling 27-1 record as a starter, 6,226 passing yards, 49 touchdowns, and only 11 picks in college. Sounds like a dream, right? But here's the catch. He's an NFL rookie. Well, technically a second-year player, who missed all of 2024 with a torn meniscus that needed multiple surgeries. Now, McCarthy's stepping into the spotlight, taking over from Darnold, who just inked a $100 million deal with the Seahawks. Those are some massive cleats to fill, especially for a 22-year-old with 0 regular season snaps. Head coach Kevin O'Connell swears by JJ, saying he's ready to roll, but the pressure's on to prove it on the field. So what's the vibe in Vikings Nation? Are we all in on McCarthy, or are we nervous about his lack of experience? Drop a comment, SKOL, if you're hyped for JJ, or let me know if you're sweating this transition. This is where the 2025 season gets juicy. Mo Moton's prediction has got Vikings fans riled up. He says McCarthy's inexperience could cost us games against tough NFC North foes like the Lions, Packers, and Bears. He's not wrong to point out the risks. JJ's coming off a major injury, and adjusting to the NFL speed is no joke. Moton thinks we'll hover around .500 until McCarthy finds his groove, maybe late in the season. But let's pump the brakes on the doom and gloom. Our Vikings have a quarterback-friendly roster that's the envy of the league. Justin Jefferson, the best wide receiver in the game, is ready to make JJ's life easier with his unreal catches. Add in Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, and a rock-solid O-line with Christian Darrisaw and Brian O'Neill. McCarthy's got weapons galore. What do you think, Vikings Nation? Is Moton sleeping on our squad? Or is he right to worry about JJ's growing pains? Hit the comments with your hot takes, and let's keep this SKOL spirit alive as we unpack the next piece of this puzzle. Let's talk about Kevin O'Connell, the offensive genius steering our Vikings ship. KOC's proven he's a wizard at maximizing quarterbacks. Look at what he did with Darnold. His play calling turned a journeyman into a top 5 passer. Now he's got McCarthy, a kid with raw talent, a 4.48 40-yard dash, and a 61 miles per hour rocket arm, as shown at the NFL Combine. The stage is set for JJ to shine. O'Connell's game plan for McCarthy is simple. Take what's there. No need to be a hero. That means leaning on short and intermediate passes, using Jefferson and Hawkinson as safety valves, and letting Aaron Jones chew up yards on the ground. It's a formula that could keep our Vikings competitive, even if JJ has some rookie hiccups. But here's the big question. Can KOC work his magic fast enough to keep us in the playoff hunt? Or will McCarthy's learning curve derail our season? Let me know in the comments. Do you trust KOC to get JJ up to speed? Let's keep the Vikings news rolling. Now let's zoom in on McCarthy's recovery. That torn meniscus from the 2024 preseason was a gut punch, wiping out his entire rookie year. Multiple surgeries later, JJ's been grinding through rehab, and recent reports from Vikings.com say he's looking sharp in training camp. He's been throwing against our starting defense, showing flashes of brilliance but also some ups and downs, per KOC. The good news? McCarthy's got a full offseason to build chemistry with Jefferson, Addison, and Hawkinson. Posts on X are buzzing about JJ looking like a whole different person after a year in Minnesota, with some fans raving about his arm strength and mobility. But others, like ESPN's Kevin Seifert, note he's struggled with accuracy at times, calling his performance rookie. What's your take, Vikings Nation? Are you pumped to see JJ back in action, or worried about those accuracy issues? Drop a comment, and let's see if our QB1 can silence the skeptics in 2025. Speaking of that roster, let's give a shout-out to GM Kwesi Adofo-Mensah for building a squad that's got JJ set up for success. NFL insider Albert Breer called our Vikings roster tremendous and quarterback-friendly, with elite skill players and a top 5 O-line. Christian Darrisaw's back from his own knee injury, ready to protect JJ's blind side, while Aaron Jones keeps defenses honest. But it's not just about the offense. Our defense, led by Brian Flores, was a nightmare for opponents in 2024, and they're only getting better. If McCarthy can manage games and avoid turnovers, this D could keep us in every fight. The question is, can JJ deliver in crunch time like he did at Michigan? Vikings fans, what's the key to our success in 2025? Is it JJ's arm, our stacked roster, or Flores' defense? Hit the comments, and let's keep the SKOL vibes strong as we dive deeper into this season's outlook. Now let's address the elephant in the room. The NFC North is a gauntlet. The Lions are coming off a Super Bowl appearance. The Packers have Jordan Love firing on all cylinders, and the Bears are hyped about Caleb Williams. Moton's not the only one doubting us. Some analysts on X are saying JJ's inexperience could leave us at the bottom of this stacked division. But hold up, Vikings Nation. PFF's got a more optimistic take, saying McCarthy doesn't need to be Superman. He was clutch under pressure at Michigan, ranking 3rd among 2024 rookie QBs against the blitz. With our offensive weapons, he just needs to be smart and steady to keep us in the hunt. So what's it gonna be? Are we sleeping giants ready to shock the NFC North? Or will the division's big dogs eat us alive? Drop your predictions below, and let's keep this Vikings news train chugging. Fantasy football fans, listen up. JJ McCarthy's got some serious upside for 2025, according to the Viking Age. His 72.3% completion rate at Michigan and top 5 FBS catchable throw rate show he's got the tools to rack up points. Paired with Jefferson, Addison, and Hawkinson, he's a sleeper pick at QB 18 in fantasy drafts. But there's a catch. JJ's not a big rusher, so his fantasy value hinges on his passing game. If he struggles early, like Moton predicts, fantasy owners might be sweating. Still, with KOC's scheme and our elite O-line, McCarthy could be a steal for your roster. Who's drafting JJ in their fantasy league? Let me know in the comments, and tell me if you're banking on him to light up the stat sheet. Let's keep breaking down the Vikings' 2025 season. As we get closer to training camp, the hype around McCarthy is building. Vikings.com reported our 2025 camp schedule, with 12 practices open to fans. Your chance to see JJ in action. Posts from @Vikings fanpage say he's starting to get reps with the first-team offense, and KOC's raving about his progress, despite some growing pains. But not everyone's sold. Some users, like @Jasra Football, noted JJ's struggled against our starting defense in camp, with KOC admitting he's had ups and downs. Still, if JJ stacks strong days and shines in preseason, he could lock up the Week 1 starting job. Vikings Nation, are you heading to training camp to cheer on JJ? Drop a SKOL in the comments if you're ready to see our QB1 ball out. Let's keep the excitement building for 2025. Alright, Vikings Nation, it's time to wrap this up and look ahead. The 2025 season is a make-or-break year for our Minnesota Vikings. JJ McCarthy's got the talent, the roster, and the coaching to take us back to the playoffs. But the doubters like Mo Moton think we're in for a reality check. Will JJ prove he's the future, or will the NFC North chew us up? One thing's for sure. We've got the best fans in the NFL, and we're riding with our Vikings no matter what. Let's show the league what SKOL Nation is all about. Drop your bold predictions for JJ's stat line, yards, touchdowns, wins, in the comments below. If you're as hyped as I am for the 2025 season, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with every Vikings fan you know. Let's keep the Vikings news buzzing and get ready for a wild ride. SKOL Vikings.